and only makes us stronger. Science has long been one of the most competitive and attractive careers around the world. The debate on the Big Bang and the originality of the Earth never ceases to challenge our human thoughts. But there's no surprise today that both science and technology are undergoing somewhat transformation. I dare to say, preciously, political and social polarization are creating impact upon science. Question to think about: who are we in this transformation? I don't think you understand my question. Let me ask again. Who are we? Not as men, but women. Girls, females, the ones who are created to help Adam. The ones who are long been considered as the companion of men. Who are we? Taking steps back, Albert Einstein, Thomas Edison, Benjamin Franklin, Isaac Newton, Benjamin Rush, and many more are sole icons of scientific achievement. Their flawless achievements should not be underestimated, in spite of their imperfections. They made something out of nothing, almost. But did you notice one thing that those celebrated icons all had in common? That's right, they were all males. Men, as we call them today. Come to think of it, it's almost laughable to believe that men, that's right, men have been the only species within the scientific field. When I first approached the topic, I was stunned, embarrassing enough to admit I couldn't name female scientists within the same historical periods. Don't get me wrong, but back in the days, women in science were just as important as boys. The demands from them are larger, while the speed of their progress were overlooked. Those women were looking for breakthrough, as their male counterparts did the same. Truth to be told, whether it is intentional or not, over the years, most of us cannot deny that we have somewhat biased opinions towards the successes among females, no matter which path we're referring to. Let's take a look at this matter from another approach. As a history lover, flipping through the books has become my daily habit. Informations that I don't receive from classes allow me to grab the opportunity to study outside the classroom. Mark Twain used to say, "I never allow schooling to be in the way of my education." Anywho, when we celebrate the successes of leadership and luminaries today, women are not excluded. Take President of the United States of America, for example. Did you know that more than half of the American presidents include at least 3 women as cabinet members to delegate daily tasks and even international affairs? Herbert Hoover asked his wife to draft letters and revise them before sending them overseas. FDR had his wife, Eleanor Roosevelt, side by side during diplomatic meetings. Harry Truman consulted his wife before ending his political career. Michelle Obama campaigned for her husband around the clock in Obama's 2012 presidency. The list can go on and on. Going back to the question, who are we as women, collectively or individually, when we celebrate the successes of men? Should our own accomplishments be overlooked? No, absolutely no. It is the time that we address how our voices be heard and allow us to show who we are and what we're made of.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Stand a little taller. Doesn't mean I'm lonely when I'm alone. What doesn't kill you makes you fire. Stop keeping higher. Doesn't mean I'm over. 'Cause you're gone.
It never killed us and only makes us stronger. Former US President John F. Kennedy once said, Ask not what the country can do for you, but what you can do for the country. If I may, I would dare to borrow the sentence and change it into the way that shakes the spirits of the doubters. Ask not what men can do to empower women, but what women today can do collectively to show off our toughness and tenacity to change the world. According to the National Science Foundation, researchers surveyed 559 engineering and computer science students who graduated from 24 of US institutions between 2015 and 2017. The researchers found that women earn $61,000 in their first jobs compared to $65,000 for men, despite having the same degrees and grade point averages. Could $4,000 make a difference? You bet. Women in the health and care sector face a larger gender pay gap than in other economic sectors, earning on average of 24% less than peers who are men, according to a new joint report by the International Labour Organization and the World Health Organization. By the end of the day, men and women are the same, but men and women are different. We're given different roles to play, but equally important. As an 8th grade in BIBA, I treasure each opportunity to thrive and present the best side of who I am. What's more, I enjoy learning from the positive role models in school, especially the ones who made it to the academic mountaintop. Just lately, I sat down to listen to a student who received the acceptance offer from Princeton University. By the way, did I mention that the recipient is a girl? She has been the only one to receive such astounding offer in BIBA. So learning from such amazing and talented community, I too have my own desires to fulfill and goals to accomplish. Over the years, I developed a strong interest in science, especially in physics and chemistry. I will never forget the reactions from male classmates when I told them that I would choose science as my university major. The mockery and blatant jeers shocked me, but deepening my desire. Plus, a question popped into my head. Where did the biased view come from? What stopped women from being unique in pursuing our dreams? Tu Youyou, a Chinese female chemist who invented the Artemiside. When the news broke out, it was seen as one never-ending celebration for Chinese nationals, especially for Chinese women. Her contribution was seen as the world's most effective malaria-fighting drugs, which saved millions of lives. She was also the 2015 Nobel Prize receiver of Physiology and Medicine. Her persistence of studying in medicine over 40 years helped her to overcome all kinds of difficulties and the gender-biased hurdles. Her resilience in studying and experimenting over the time has been a great encouragement to me. When she finally received the Nobel Prize of Physiology and Medicine, the country was so intrigued by what she had accomplished. She was honored as the glory of the Chinese national, also sent shockwaves to mail, and brought pride and joy to all Chinese women who are equally devoted in science. We're living in a different era, which everything should be one way or another. Dare to be different might ruffle a few feathers, period. But have we thought about the cliché that successes should not be measured by certain standards, nor should we allow social norms to be standardized? Ironically, as we continue to see the thrive within the technology, our frame of thinking are going backwards somehow. As everybody knows, life is like a box of chocolate, and we never know what we're going to get. Academic journey usually starts with unusual bumps, hiccups, doubts, ridicules, and even disappointments. Success is tasteful. Accomplishments are rather enticing. However, when it comes to opportunity, the standard and the measurements should be the same. There's a reason why the biblical story starts with Adam and Eve, not Adam alone. There's also a real sense of purpose why the women volunteered to join the wars, all of them. When women are underestimated, when the voices of women were silenced, the arch of the universe does not bend to justice. It bends to prejudice. In the end, I do want to share the point with you. We should be given the equal opportunities to chase after the dreams that belong to us. No one can set the limit for us. But bold enough to understand what we need and show the world with unapologetic strength to embrace what's ahead.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
It never killed us and only makes us stronger.